Hi readers, I'm Ellwyn and this is Kamyla Chung. And today we are going to read you a book that I wrote called Kamyla Chung and the Creepy-Crawlies. So I am the author, Ellwyn and the illustrator is Don Tran. Before we start reading the book, I need your help to tell the story. Whenever I say the words Creepy-Crawlies, can you make a creepy-crawly with your hands? All right, let's do a dress rehearsal. Kamyla Chung and the Creepy-Crawlies. Daddy, do creepy-crawlies eat people? Asked Kamyla. Of course not, answered Daddy. It was bedtime again at the Chung house, and Kamyla did not want to go to sleep. Kamyla snuggled Puffy Pig and looked around her bedroom with wide eyes. Daddy, are you sure creepy-crawlies don't eat people? I'm sure, answered Daddy. Who told you that? Joey Jordan. Daddy frowned. He's telling you stories. Kamyla scowled. I'll never listen to his stories again. Daddy smiled. I think that's a good idea. Kamyla smiled back. Me too. Daddy kissed her goodnight, turned off the light, and closed the door. Kamyla snuggled Puffy Pig and looked around her dark bedroom. She froze. A giant shadow was on her wall. It had 2 long tentacles on its big head, a large belly, and too many arms. Creepy-crawlies, she gasped, sinking down into her mattress. Kamyla yanked the covers over her head and didn't move. She was too frightened to run to Daddy's lap or to call for help. Maybe if she stayed like this, the creepy-crawly would go away. Kamyla slowly pulled the covers down under her eyes and took a quick peek around her room. The creepy-crawly was still there, watching her. How was she going to get rid of it? She curled up under the covers and lay there for a long, long time before falling asleep without an answer. The next night, Kamyla snuggled with Floppy Bunny and looked around her bedroom with wide eyes. Mommy, do rabbits' feet give you good luck? Of course, Mommy said. Who told you that? Miss Cannon read us a book about rabbits. Mommy smiled. I'm glad you paid attention. Kamyla smiled back. Me too. Mommy kissed her goodnight, turned off the light, and closed the door. Kamyla squeezed Floppy Bunny's foot and looked around her dark bedroom. She froze. A giant shadow was on her wall. It had 2 long tentacles on its big head, a large belly, and too many arms. The creepy-crawly was back. Kamyla yanked the covers over her head and didn't move. She was too scared to run to Mommy's arms or to call for help. Maybe if she stayed like this, the creepy-crawly would go away. Kamyla slowly pulled the covers down under her eyes and took a quick peek around her room. The creepy-crawly was still there, watching her. The rabbit's foot hadn't worked. Something more than luck was needed to make the creepy-crawly go away. Maybe if she stayed hidden, it wouldn't touch her. But she couldn't hide forever. Kamyla curled up under the covers and decided to ask Mommy and Daddy for help in the morning, which is a really good idea. It's always good to ask Mommy and Daddy or a friend to help when you need it. So let's see how Mommy and Daddy help Kamyla. The next night, Kamyla plugged in her brand new nightlight. She crawled into bed with Raggy Maggie. Daddy, do nightlights really help at bedtime? She asked. Of course, answered Daddy. Do you remember what the store clerk told us? Kamyla nodded. If something in the dark isn't right, all you need is a little light. Daddy smiled. I'm glad you paid attention. Kamyla glanced at the nightlight, then at Daddy, and smiled back. Me too. Daddy kissed her goodnight, turned off the light, and closed the door. And right here, we're going to make a prediction. And a prediction is a guess. So if you think that the nightlight is going to work and get rid of the creepy-crawly, flash your hand like a light. But if you think that the creepy-crawly is still going to be there when her daddy closes the door, make a creepy-crawly. All right, let's see what happens. Kamyla shut her eyes and squeezed Raggy Maggie. She held her breath and slowly opened one eye. A giant shadow was on her wall. It had 2 long tentacles on its big head, a large belly, and too many arms. The creepy-crawly was back, and this time it had brought a friend. The second creepy-crawly had gigantic legs that stretched all the way down another wall and across the floor. The legs were almost touching her bed and getting closer every second. Mommy! Daddy! Kamyla screamed. Mommy burst into her room. Mommy held her close. What's wrong? Daddy asked, stroking her hair. There are creepy-crawlies in here, Kamyla cried. Where? Daddy asked. Kamyla pointed to the walls where the creepy-crawlies lived. Mommy stared at the walls. You'll have to sleep with us tonight, she said. And tomorrow we'll call the exterminator, Daddy added. What's an exterminator? Kamyla asked. A person who gets rid of creepy-crawlies, Daddy replied. The next night, the exterminator came to Kamyla's house. She followed Kamyla, Mommy, and Daddy into Kamyla's bedroom. Where are these creepy-crawlies? The exterminator asked. Kamyla pointed to the walls where the creepy-crawlies lived. The exterminator walked around the room. She searched under the bed, looked in the closet, and poked through the shelves. What are you looking for? Kamyla asked. The creepy-crawlies' hiding places, the exterminator replied. Can I help? Of course, said the exterminator. Kamyla searched around the bedroom too. The exterminator scrunched up her eyes and her nose and sniffed. Why are you doing that? Kamyla asked. I'm trying to sniff them out, replied the exterminator. Kamyla scrunched up her eyes and her nose and sniffed too. Can you do that? Can you scrunch up your eyes and your nose and... Oh, I get it, the exterminator said. I think I found a creepy-crawly. She picked up the spider plant on Kamyla's windowsill. Kamyla giggled. That's a plant. The exterminator smiled. Sure it is when the lights are on. Watch what happens when the lights go out. She put the plant back down. Kamyla grabbed her parents' hands. The exterminator turned off the light. They stared at the walls. Long, spindly arms reached for them. Kamyla looked from the spider plant to the shadow on her wall. Kamyla waved her hand in front of the spider plant and wiggled her fingers. She pretended to tickle the spider plant's shadow and laughed at how silly it looked. Mommy, Daddy, and the exterminator laughed too. Now that she knew the creepy-crawly was only the spider plant's shadow, Kamyla wasn't afraid anymore. Where's the other one? Kamyla asked. Turn on your nightlight and we'll find out, said the exterminator. Kamyla hesitated. It's okay, Mommy said. Kamyla turned on the nightlight. The creepy-crawly with the gigantic legs had appeared. The exterminator searched the room again. She took trinkets off the dresser, lifted dolls from their stands, and pulled stuffed animals from their shelves. Kamyla, Mommy, and Daddy helped. Kamyla looked at Fuzzy Frog, who was hanging from her headboard. She picked him up. The second creepy-crawly disappeared. I found it, Kamyla cried triumphantly. Mommy and Daddy smiled. All the creepy-crawlies are gone. My work is done here, the exterminator said. Kamyla scooched over on her tummy and carefully peeked under her bed. Then she looked up at the exterminator and with a shiver said, "Can you get rid of monsters too?" Does Kamyla really have a monster under her bed? No, she has an overactive imagination. The end. And at the end of a story, I like to do a 2-finger clap. Well, I hope you like the story, and I hope everyone is safe. And don't forget to wash your hands for 20 seconds and stay inside. Thanks for listening. Bye.